And a good morning to you. It is Daybreak here on iFiber One, and we are happy to have in studio Thurston County Commissioner Bud Blake. Good morning, Bud.
Hello, Jeff. How you doing there?
Doing well. Nice to see you. You come in, about once a month just to catch us up on things that are happening?
When Carol gives me permission, I'm like,
the gatekeeper.
Carol, we got some free time. Well, let's see if Bud wants to come in here. So we've got some stuff that we want to talk with you about. The BHO, the Behavioral Health Organization there, the meeting that you guys have been working closely with Thurston and Mason and the mobile crisis teams. So let's get started.
It's all good stuff, exactly. So just kind of refresh the conversation. Back in April, we formally stood up the Thurston Mason Behavioral Health Organization, and that's a former portion of the RSN Regional Support Network. So we broke away with that, but we're still affiliated with it just in terms of funding. And it's been an absolutely marvelous organization to stand up and push forward, because it helps a lot of people out there that really Mason County and Thurston County can reach out and touch and keep families intact.
Sure.
And so we handle chemical dependency and mental health issues under the Behavioral Health Organization. And so what we do is the board, which consists of one commissioner from Mason County, which is Commissioner Jeffries, and two commissioners from Thurston County, myself and Commissioner Wolf, and we have a team of staff, and we we bid out contracts to providers. In one case here, though, it's going to benefit Mason County. Is one provider there's a bidding process going on where we have a mobile crisis team, and so that mobile crisis team is part of a intensive case management, because there's several components of that, but the mobile crisis team is about to occur here within, say, June, July time frame for Mason County. And if you can imagine a fire engine or a paramedic coming out to your house where you have a broken arm or cut or slice or whatever on your arm, you need medical attention right there. This mobile crisis team is now going to be able to help with behavioral aspects strictly for that. And so it's a multifunctional team, if you will, because you had, like I said, the medical, and then you'll have a law enforcement piece always on the site. But now we were talking about having a team that comes out and does an immediate assessment, say of schizophrenia, depression, TBI being traumatic brain injury, those things that really don't call for you to go to a hospital per se. It might depend on the assessment, but it doesn't call for a medical aspect of paramedic per se. And so we're really excited about having that, because then you tailor your services and you get your dollar for your return on your dollar a lot better, and the time, and then the care that really goes into that. So, and just in a hypothetical scenario, if one were to come out and there's always either a behavioral health or social worker, and the medic team might pull off because there's no injuries there, but then we might need to stay on the site with the law enforcement if need be and do the assessment, say, of a depressed person that's kind of wandering around town or whatever, and now they're back at home. And so the other part is that if they did need to go away, you got the immediate assessment, so you can set it up for the series of layers of care that come behind that. And if it needed to go to, say, an actual hospital, then we can set that up right there on the scene. But the actual reason why we have this mobile crisis team is to do as much as we can at the home or on site, so that not to be Mr. Miser about the dollars, but it costs more, it costs less to have it done on site. Just and any time than to send you into a healthcare system.
Oh, sure.
But hospital, obviously it costs more money there. If it need be, we put you we go to that direction. But the focal point is really to minimize the dollars and to maximize the care while on site. So it's here in Mason County, and it's also in Thurston County. We have a team, a mobile crisis team, consists of two teams. So we kind of a 12-hour, if you want to look at it, cycle. 4 people in total, so 2 people on each team. So it's really small right now, we know that, and it's even smaller for Thurston County because we have a little bit larger population, but it is a start, and it's a start in the right direction in terms of taking care of people. We could talk about all the other aspects like housing that needs to come along with that, transitional housing, say for a depressed person, so they get the treatment they need or what have you, but that's in the makings also here in the next year or two down the road as far as the Behavioral Health Organization. So
I like that we are focusing and starting to realize that issues like depression are just as important as broken bones. I was watching the NBA Finals the other day, and one of the players left before halftime, a couple minutes before halftime. He says, well, I wanted to get my head straight. And everybody was just ripping on him for leaving early. Mm-hmm. But you don't face that criticism if you tweak your ankle or something.
Right.
People say, oh, well, you're hurt. We'll go to the locker room.
It's the
if you're having a mental kind of snap, or not a snap, but, a mental thing, it's just as impactful.
It very much is, and it doesn't go away. I mean, you just can't send it down the road.
Yeah.
You have to start learning how to take care of it kind of right there on the spot, and when someone recognizes that it's an issue at hand, and treat it just as we do in any other case. And it's really a wonderful time here in our country, and especially in these two counties, to be able to do that. And so it's just going to get better in how we take care of people and families, and it's really about the family when you come down to it.
I mean, we triage at the hospitals. It's a triage on site before you even have to do that.
Right.
That's great.
Right. So, again, Commissioner Jeffries is there, and in terms of the Behavioral Health Board, and we're just going to keep doing better and better with this. So.
Additionally, Bud, you are a veteran. This weekend is Memorial Day.
Yes, I am.
And I know last year you had the opportunity to speak at the Capitol Rotunda during the Memorial Day remembrances. There is quite a few things going around in Thurston County that you're going to be part of.
Yeah, sure. For those veterans in Mason County and the family members that have served with those veterans, it's absolutely a wonderful time to be able to stop and celebrate their service and their time in the military. It's not always easy because of the way we move around or had moved around, but you're right. In Lacey, there's a couple of events I'll be attending. Tumwater at Percival Landing, downtown Olympia, and of course at the Capitol Rotunda on Monday at 1 o'clock. And I invite anybody and everybody to come to any of those events.
Thurston County Commissioner Bud Blake, veteran. What was your, again, in the service?
Yeah, I was in the Army. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. And, retired Lieutenant Colonel, Intel officer. Yeah, so yeah, it was a great time. And I miss it, but it's, being a commissioner is not a bad deal either. So,
Sure. Well, it's always good to see you, and thank you for your service. And thanks for coming in and talking with us about building the connection here between Mason and Thurston
there's
County.
more good stuff to come, and I'll be back.
I like it very much.
Thank you, Jeff.
722 iFiber 1 News Radio. We'll be right back after this. Actually, Jeff Chu files a report for us on the Stroke Center at Mason General Hospital.
Mason General Hospital and family of clinics was recently accredited as the first Washington hospital and one of the first in the nation to receive national recognition as an acute stroke-ready hospital. What does that mean?